Oh, yeah, it's all black.
How'd you decide?
I was going for more of a John Wick style, you know.
You trying to send a message with that?
No, sir, just ready to play. You got to feel good, and when you feel good, you play good. It's just that type of deal. I love dressing up in suits. That's always been a big thing with my mom and my family ever since we were little. We always like to look sharp. Ain't nothing like a big boy looking sharp. You know what I'm saying? So.
Were you hurt last year?
Yes, sir. I got an injury. A Colorado game. It was a high ankle sprain. Played through it. Then I missed 2 games, which was the New Mexico State game, I believe, and it also was the Arkansas game that I came back from Mississippi State.
But did it linger? I mean, were you playing at 100% last year toward the end of the year?
No, sir, not 100%, but it was enough for the play and me to get on the field and help my team.
So you're 100% now?
Yes, sir, 100% ready to go.
What do you make of all your preseason accolades? You've been on a couple All-American preseason teams. What's that mean to you?
To be honest, I really don't pay attention to that. It's a blessing. I thank God for that every day. But I'm just focused on this team and focused on what we could accomplish this season. I don't really pay too much attention to that. And first of all, that's preseason. That's predictions. We don't really worry about too much predictions. We just want to put the work in and then earn it.
You feel like you have more like a responsibility to be kind of a leader? I mean, Kenyon's gone, but you're one of the old guys now. I mean, you stepping up in that leadership role?
Oh, wow. It's crazy that you asked me that question because, I look around the locker room now and I'm like, dang, all of my old guys left, so I'm the only older guy here now. So because like you mentioned, Kenyon, my previous job last year was always to back him up, to make sure if we need to get that point across, I'll back him up and make sure we got that point across straight. And I take on that role with pride because the coaching staff assigned me that role, and I just want to do it to the best of my ability.
With the experience that y'all got last year, what's the ceiling for this offensive line? Where can y'all rank amongst the position groups and in the SEC?
Oh, man, we can rank as high as we want to go. I feel like this offensive line has a lot to prove. We're very excited. A lot of people may count us out because we're a young group. But I say no to that. We got a lot of guys that are hungry, especially for the freshmen that just came in. They're very hungry, and they're eager to learn, and they're asking me questions every day. Every time they got a question, they ask me a question. If I'm not able to answer the question, I make sure we go to our center or our coaches so that I can make sure I give them the right answer. So they're very hungry, and they're very wanting to just learn and be the best they could be.
Almost from the start, coaches described you as a guy who's really a mauler on the line and so forth. Where does that approach come from? Where did you learn that kind of attitude and approach?
That approach comes from Larry Allen and The Water Boy. You even saw that movie, The Water Boy? Okay, so when I was younger, I always watched that movie when I was younger. That was probably my first real football movie that I ever saw, and I fell in love with it ever since. And just Larry Allen, because you already know he's a Hall of Famer, and I look up to him as my idol, and watching him and watching his highlights and the way he plays, it's just amazing to me.
So one serious and one not so serious.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Layden, Ruben and Bryce playing as freshmen last year. How big is that for them going into this year when they got that SEC experience already as true freshmen like that?
That's very big for them because, if you're just not playing, you kind of get them nervous and bubblegums. But they already been there before, so they know what they're expecting. And we expect nothing less for them to go out on the field and have the best season possible for them. I really feel like there's no cap on their limit. They can go as far as they want to go.
What's it like blocking for someone like Devon Achane?
Oh, I always tell people he makes it look easy for us. Like literally, like we can have a bad play and we can mess up bad, but he makes it look easy. He makes our mess up look like it was supposed to happen. It's crazy. He's very talented running back, and I'm just blessed to have him on our squad.
How good is the right side of that offensive line going to be?
I feel like our right side is going to be great, but I feel like our whole line is going to be great in general.
And how good is Ruben?
Ruben.
I mean, you're right next to him, so anybody would. If anybody would have an opinion and know what he can do, it'd be you.
Oh, Ruben is great. There's no doubt about it. Ruben has a chance to be one of the best right tackles in the SEC.
I was asking a guy from Alabama if they knew who he was, and they had no idea. Do you think do you linemen just expect to be unknown?
Well, if you're really thinking about it, when you're scouting a player, you really don't look at the name. You look at the numbers because who the person is, it doesn't really matter. So everybody has their opinion. Everybody sees what they see, how they scout. Well, our thing about it is he's just going to play to the best of his ability, and hopefully people know who he is after the season's done.
How much street cred did y'all get out of the win over Alabama?
I don't even know because my thing about it is people always said it was an upset thing. I just think it was 2 great teams, and we had a thing, so we really don't take much street cred from that. We just take it and just keep going and just keep building. It's like building blocks. We just keep building on it.
Layden, what do you guys have to do, in your opinion, because you're a veteran here, to go from that team that has the capability of beating Alabama, being that team that not only beat Alabama, but he beat everybody else and win the division?
I feel like it's just the little things. I feel like we got to focus on the little things. Everything that people may think is minor, that means something in the season. Attitude, going to class, stuff like that. The important things, representing your family well. The stuff like that. Those little things matter into going in the season, how you carry yourself.
When
Our
you
ma-
play Alabama this year, is it gonna be like a Super Bowl, you think, with all the emotions?
Well, every game is going to be like a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a part of the little things too as well. Every game, every person who we prepare for is going to be like a Super Bowl. Every person who we prepare for is going to be like a national championship. We're going to treat every team with respect that they deserve.
Is there a different vibe in the huddle between when Max is back there and when Haynes is back there? What's the difference between the two? What do you like about both of them?
You know, I don't really notice that. I'm an offensive lineman. I just focus on the offensive line and what we have to do to get better every day. I can say whoever's back there in the pocket, we just adjust to it and we just keep it rolling.
If it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, you have to get that yard. Who's the best guy to run behind?
All of us.
But, I mean, you have to run in one direction, don't you?
Hey, all of us.
Okay.
We all gonna be ready.
You get to go up, and, good on good every day against this new defensive line. What have you seen from them so far?
Oh, they're amazing. They're getting better every single day. They love the competition. As you're seeing, we're having little things where we work out with each other. They're making sure they work their butts off every single day, as well as the O-line. I see them. They're getting better. We're getting stronger. We're getting faster. People that need to get more weight on them, we're getting more weight on them. This is going to be an amazing season for our D-line, and I can't wait for them to shock the SEC.
What part of media day today are you the most excited about?
Every part, because this is a blessed opportunity for me. I mean, really, like, I'm just happy that I get to represent this university and also represent my family and show what type of character that we have and what we're building here at Texas A&M.
What's the first thing you thought of when you heard about what happened to Nias?
Well, first thing I thought of, he's a great person. He's an awesome leader. I grew up with him since we were little, and the situation with that happens, you know, Coach Fisher is going to handle that, and our coaching staff is going to handle that, but I was just going to say he's an amazing and great teammate, and he always set the tone for us since day one.
Is it a distraction for the team on the eve of, preparations in August?
No, sir, it's not a distraction. It's just a minor bump in the road, and we will move on from it, and we will prevail through it.
So where did your appreciation for Larry Allen come from? Because it's old school right there.
Yes,
Seems
sir.
a little before your time, but where did that come from?
You know, my appreciation for it just came from watching the game. You know, I always like watching players. I always like watching their tendencies and what do they have that I could add to my game. And then one time I just clicked on a video, top 100 O-linemen.
So
and
it
then-
wasn't live.
No,
Yeah,
and
good.
then Larry Allen just popped up, and then I said, wow, like, I like his play style. This is amazing. I want to play like this. And then that's where it just all came from.
Do you think A&M has arrived in the minds of SEC people and college football in general?
Probably not yet, but we're not really concerned about that. We're just concerned about our team and what we have to do to get better every single day just to keep going forward and just to be successful as we want to be.